Did it respectfully.
Okay.
He got to a point where he was forbidding the brothers, including myself, to get married. And he said it was a revelation he got from God.
Wow.
I said, really? So therefore, I knocked on his office door one day. And one thing I learned about approaching your elders, you can't go to them like you know, even if you are writing your information. You have to approach them like you don't know.
Gotcha.
So I went to him and said, please explain to me further about this being a eunuch and not allowed to marry. He said, well, if you're going to be a preacher, you can't get married. So I said, well, the Apostle Peter, he was married. He said, yes. I said, you're married and got grand and great grands. He said, yes. He said, well, God did it different for us. I said, well, God says in the book of scriptures that I'm a God that changed not. When I said that, he said, that's your problem. You always want Bible for something. He said, you'll never find a church that don't fully believe the Bible. He said, you won't find one. Imagine that. I'm being told this by a preacher.
Wow.
Who's supposed to be preaching from the Bible. And he was my former pastor.
Right, right.
So if you can't find a church that fully, and I mean fully believe what's written, you might as well close up your church.
How are you going to find it? You just, every religion, everything I'd say, if I asked you, you said, don't go there. Where are you going to find a church? What church are you going to
go to what's written.
Holiness.
That's it. If you're going to go to a religion, before you join it, wouldn't it make sense to find out, is it in the Bible?
Yeah.
It don't make no sense. Why would you want to patronize a bank and you don't do no research? It makes sense to go to a market and get mad at that supermarket because they got it all boarded up and you still trying to shop there and the market is closed.
Right.
Churches are open for business, and the business they're open for is money taking.
Why are you against people who go to theology schools?